I'm just getting a message from our guests saying they enjoyed it.
What? Wait,
okay.
from Halls or from Patch?
Yeah, up from Pat.
Oh, what did Halls say?
She just asked you to lose her number.
No, I don't believe that for 1 second. You're lying. She was enchanted. She was intoxicated from me.
Yeah, well, she's cool. She's cool as hell. I mean, she's a
You see
great
how she
girl.
light up? You never seen her light it up like that before.
She did light up at the Egyptian cinnamon.
Yeah, and then the dimple and stuff. It was like God, it was there was a connection.
It was a connection. Okay, I want to see if people have questions because I had mentioned before that you were going to give them some relationship advice. Basically, deal breakers was the thing that I was wondering if people had questions like, you know, my significant other did X, Y, and Z. Is that a deal breaker? Should I break up with them? Because I know you are very proactive, Renato, in the, how should I say this? I don't want to say anti-child support. I'm trying to find a more positive way to say, like, you're very pro.
Yeah, you can say that. I'm big in the anti-child support movement.
But that sounds bad.
No, it's not bad. Child support is bad. Let's agree and disagree. Let's talk about relationship. Now, everybody, what's a deal breaker for you guys in there?
Okay, here, I'm putting a question up on here. This is not a deal breaker question. Somebody said, Josh, Karyn, do you smoke weed, or have you ever smoked weed before? And if so, what was the experience like?
I know the answer to that one, Porha. I seen it live and in direct. Well,
I'm not going to answer that question.
You're not answering that one. Well, she's from fucking Jamaica. What do you think? She never smoke a heifer? You think she never turned on to a heifer? Come on.
Unfortunately, some of these questions here are for Rose, and we missed it. Somebody is asking me, did I know Dana when he lived in Boston? I did not, but we are contemporaries in a way, right? Like, but we didn't know each other back then. But that's one of those funny things when people tell me, they're like, you know, obviously the other night it was crazy. Tom Brady and the Pats, or where Tom Brady was playing against the Pats, he was on the Bucs. But anyway, the whole time
they lost
Dana
too.
was like always so pro Patriots, and everybody's like, get off Dana's nuts. Like, why do you like the Patriots just because Dana does? Like, I'm from Boston. Like, that's my home team.
I think they're confused because you don't have that harsh accent that a lot of the
I think maybe that's it.
Boy, that one on a female is huff.
That's my home team. So yeah, that's who I root for. I always have, always will. Yeah.
When you hear chicks from Boston, I don't even care how cute they are. They sound like fucking Mark, you know? Or
have you been to Boston?
Of course, I've been to Boston. I've been to Hawkesbury. One of my daddy, his best friend was from a Hawkesbury, so we went there. It wasn't the most picturesque fucking area in the world.
Roxbury's bad. Roxbury's bad.
Yeah.
Andy H863 says, my brother lives here in Florida. Does he still jam on his guitar? Yes, he does. He lives in Boca. And for those of you watching, you could look for him on Instagram here on Six String Guy. But yeah, he's a rock and roll guitar player. That's why I know every Van Halen song. And he still plays, and he's doing all kinds of cool stuff. So, Renato, what do you even listen to? I know you listen to Keith Sweat and.
Oh, I listen to all kind of shit. I'm a music, I'm a music junkie. I mean, what don't I listen to? The only stuff I don't listen to is like a country. I'm sorry, I don't. It's not my stuff.
Okay.
But I just saw people asking some interesting fucking question. Yeah. Somebody asked out of the blue. Somebody goes, "Do you believe, Karyn? You believe in the death penalty?"
The death penalty,
like out of nowhere. So I can't even remember who said it. It went up there. It made me to laugh. But I don't want to get into that. But
I think they've determined actually way back when. How scary is this? I remember this way back when, and in high school or somewhere. I remember writing a paper being pro-death. Like it was just a paper, like a debate type paper type thing.
Yeah.
And I think I was arguing for it, and then or against it, because it was like they proved they were like, it's really not a deterrent because people stay on death row forever.
I shouldn't have even brought that up. We don't want to get into the fucking subject. I just thought it was funny that the fucking guy needs to said that. That he said that one.
But yes, if we have other questions, but I really was hoping people would write in with some relationship questions, because that's what you are a specialist at. I would say.
Well, yeah. Let's ask some of the people out there.
Okay.
How can I help with your relationship? What's the stumbling blocks? Even if you have a relationship.
Here it says this is from Tim. This is from Tim Klingbeil. It says, Hanach, you got my ex-wife pregnant. My lawyer gonna contact you for chasing up the child support.
I'm losing my connection. The connection is getting fucked up here. I couldn't heard that one. Next question.
All right. Well, so people are asking about your relationship with Ronda Rousey.
Oh, Honda, me and Honda have a checkered past. It's better to love and not happen than to ever love again. It's better to forgive and to also forget. Plus, she's with that fucking guy.
Is she has to forgive you for something?
Well, she's gonna forget me because I'm not a hound no more. I moved on for her.
Yeah. Well, she just had her baby.
Ugh.
And
yeah. I don't like to think about him putting the babies in there. You know how I feel about that.
I guess this actually
babies should be not seen and not had.
Well, I think for Ronda and Travis, I think they are in love. That they have their farm and everything.
Never mind that. Next question. This turned negative real quick.
Well, I was only going to ask you that because I wanted to ask you about Thiago Santos, your fellow Brazilian.
What about Thiago Santos?
Another fellow Brazilian, Johnny Walker, the other night.
Yeah, that was disappointing, that fight. I was very disappointed by that one, and I understand that. I just, what? Knowing that both of those guys is capable of doing a different fight, I think that, and I can't blame them because I know it's like when it's your homeboy or you just like the other guy or whatever. But it felt like a fucking sparring session to me,
I don't think it was because they like each other. I think it's because they both know how powerful.
I understand that, but at a certain point, it was like there was just like that's fine the first 2 rounds, but when in the 3rd round, I don't know. I didn't felt like anybody went for it,
Okay.
And that's not what I expect out of those 2 guys. And I feel like I understand when you want to protect you hack it or you want to get to the next level to you want a safe win and stuff like that. But in my opinion, I'm a big fan of both of those guys. Okay. And I feel that the way Dana White is and that organization is, I feel like they reward a fucking you to go for broke more than they reward a safer win,
For sure.
And I feel that the fans, that's not the fight that we thought we was gonna get,
True. But I will say this too. For Thiago Santos, he went 5 rounds with John Jones. He lost by split decision.
I thought he won that fight.
Well, that's what I was just gonna say. He was almost a champion.
Yeah.
In that fight, John destroyed his knees, both knees.
Yeah.
One of them was like ACL, PCL, whatever, like all of it. And then the other one was only like 2 out of 5 things or whatever. But anyway, so Thiago had to come back and rebuild after those injuries. The fight with Glover, he almost won actually right away, but then didn't. The one with Rakic, was a little bit different. So I understand why Thiago might have been slightly more hesitant or whatever. He's on a 3-fight skid. But at the same time, I think it was a question of also the way Johnny was approaching it, being more methodical. He's usually more explosive. His methodical approach versus, with Thiago.
And I heard,
it just made it more like
Kavanaugh telling him just keep fainting and stuff like that. And I understand, wanting to save him from getting wild and stuff like that. But I just, as a fan, it just wasn't. It was disappointing for me, but fuck it, that's their career. I'm not gonna, I'm not paying their hand. I'm not in their skin. So whatever. I don't have nothing bad to say about them. But I had such high hope for that one.
Yeah. Well, fight. Right. Also, it's neither you nor I are the ones standing in front of either one of their fists. So.
Wow. I speak for you, sir.
And Renato, there are some questions here. This one here I would put on the screen. From I am Guard Dog John, Uncle Renato, how do I prevent girls from wanting my children?
Well, you're not gonna prevent that one, because the more you can try to act like a shithead, the more they're probably gonna wanted you to have your children. You know, so maybe act like a heel nice guy. Act like a door match. Act like, I mean,
we won't want you,
huh?
We won't want you.
Yeah, you want, if you act like a heel, like oh, you worship the ground she walk on, she's gonna be like, ugh, I don't want to have no kid to that one. But if you start going like, don't act indifferent and like start fucking a bunch of other chicks and acting like a piece of shit, because then they're gonna really want to have kids with you. And look at me, poor.
How many children? Well,
I'm losing my connection again. What do you fucking work for the FBI? You work for the child support?
No. Here we go.
I saw Wolf of Wall Street.
Here's a good question. Wolf of Wall Street. Lobo Wavy is saying, Renato, who's your current UFC crush?
Beside hoes. Well, one of my all-time standby always was Karate Hottie, you know, for her. I like that. But another
adorable. Michelle Waters.
Another who's been with Joshi for a long time, too long, you know. It's time to freshen up. You know how people change at fight camp sometimes? He said, look, there was nothing wrong with whatever the fucking my gym, but I just had to freshen it up, get a new sparring partner, you know? And sometimes
I know what you're talking about.
I feel like people like Hoes, I feel like people like Michelle Watterson and stuff like that, they could benefit from maybe to try a camp, maybe one time here and try some of that one.
A little more jiu-jitsu heavy.
Yeah, a little jiu-jitsu base, you know, you can work some deep full guard for her. Whoa, that was my candle and with my coffee.
Okay, wow. How can here we go, from Old School Scholar, this is for you, Hanat. How can hip-hop be dead if Wu-Tang is forever? This is like a metaphysical
That's a good
thing.
question. That's like if a tree fall in the woods, or no, if a tree fall and then also do a bear shit on the woods, something like that. Okay, so now so I'll tell you, my problem with hip hop today is it don't even sound like the same genre of music for her. So I don't have a problem with the way hip hop is and the way it sounds and all that shit, but just call something else, you know? Like when disco came out, they didn't just call it funk music or hot music or whatever. They fucking call it disco because it sounds like some different shit. You know, the shit that I'm hearing now when you got like that sing-songy auto-tuney shit, and then everybody's Heim scheme sound like this. I fall to sleep on that one. And every fucking back in the day, every different even different borough, even in New York, the different borough, not even the same fucking, not even a different state, not even a different city, but a different borough had their own sound. Now every fucking rapper in the US, Canada, wherever the fuck, unless they speak a different language, sound exactly the fucking same. You can't even tell if it's the South, you can't tell New York, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
So I don't think hip hop is dead, but the hatch that hip hop went into is just a different. It's just a different stuff. It's like the shit that we was listening to. Wu-Tang is like Black Sabbath, and the shit now what the fuck they listen to is like Cheers for Fears or no, it's like no.
I like Cheers for Fears,
but
it's like Milli Vanilli, where it's like pre-written, like kind of.
But that's just poppy music. I'm talking about something that was called rock and roll, but it don't even sound like.
But it's not.
It don't seem like it's in the same DNA as the Black Sabbath.
No,
and then
right.
You're getting into something where you're listening to, you know. So I it's hard for a guy who was there from the beginning, you know.
You're right. No, I agree with you. I mean, you just, you know, that people, you're starting to sound like back in my day.
Now, listen to me. I don't besmirch the kid want to listen to that stuff that go like this, like you know, the singing and all that shit like that, and the auto tuning sound like a whole botch. I don't mind that one, But I mean, if you want to listen to that, you can like that. It sounds good to you. Listen to that one. But don't call it fucking. Don't call it the same. Call it something else. It's not even the same shit. It's not even come from the same shit. You know.
Can you see the question on the screen now?
Karen, how do you? Oh, this question is for Karen, by Childlight 92. Karen, how you keep yourself from being? Oh God, this is an excellent fucking question. How you keep yourself from being attracted to Hanach? Well, this is gonna be a hitch. I can't wait to hear this.
Well, I feel like, when you determine people are friends, you just look at them as friends.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I bet they believe that one.
I've become immune.
Nobody is immune to that one. That's like to be immune to Dracula or Blackula, or even worse, a Count Chocula. I mean, like a Count Chocula. You know, it's just that I didn't put you in the tractor beams. You know, but if I did that one like that, you're gonna come. I'm gonna put you onto my sarcophagus like the other ones.
I just make a policy when I'm working that I don't sort of fish off the company pier, as we say.
That's a good policy, Paul, huh?
Yeah. So I don't, what's the word, with my co-hosts and stuff.
Yeah.
But I will admit to once again putting perfume on before I do the show. And
why are you putting perfume always when you put in your nice pearls or whatever is that one? I can't see. The light is shimmer.
It's star. These are stars.
Either it's my eyes is bad. It's like either it's pearls or a bike chain. I can't tell. It could be anything from at this point.
They're stars. It's from Tiffany. They're stars.
Oh, it's from Tiffany, the pop artist. She sang you that one.
Yeah, in the mall.
I think we're alone now. We're alone now, kind of. Yeah. It was kind of like we had a double date.
I put perfume on. I've got a candle going. You're the one with the mood lighting, though. I at least keep it.
I'm always have the mood lighting because I want people to be relaxed when they look at me. I don't want them to feel like they're in a fucking Del Chaco or in the emergency home. You guys put fluorescent lights. I put in warm lights so you can feel like you're in the hot tub with the candle on. God,
by the way, yeah. I can say this with 100% I've never been to Del Taco.
Well, whatever. Well, you could have fooled me because the lighting scheme is like that there.
Shit.
But then again,
and then, by the way, I always call that place Benicio's because I think about Benicio Del Toro and I always think Benicio Del Taco. So I just call that place Benicio's.
You know why you're getting confused? There used to be a fucking, I don't know if they still have it. There used to be a place called Benito's Chaco.
It's on Fairfax and at Beverly. It's still there.
That's probably in your subconscious too.
You might be right. Yeah,
of course I'm
you might be right. Okay. So let's see if we have some other questions here. Here you go. This is a fight question. Renato, do you think Henry Cejudo can beat Volkanovski?
Of course. The only question for me, look, do I think he can? He's capable of that one. It's a tall order simply also not because the skill set, but because the size. I feel like Volkanovski at one point was, I mean, if you've been around Cejudo, he's not a big guy, you know?
No.
And if you've been around Ortega, he's a very much bigger than Cejudo. Mm-hmm. And to think that, I just think it's a tall order with the size, and that's not to say anything about Cejudo, but
yeah,
skill-wise, I don't think Hilly, I mean, arguably, your present company excluded, I don't, you could say he's as good as anybody in the game, skill-wise, Cejudo. So even though you might be annoyed by him or whatever.
I like him.
But, somebody, not you, but, the public, he's a hateable guy, he talk a lot of shit. But let's face it, he's a fucking very skilled fighter.
Really good.
Yeah.
He's really good. I do think, though, Volk would be a tough out for him. I I think Alexander is very, very good. And like you said, I mean, this is a guy's a former rugby player. He's much thicker. We were talking about it at work. His neck is real. That's why he was hard to choke. Like,
hey, it's not impossible, but it's just a tall order, you know.
Yeah,
but I'll tell you what. When I had my my Vale Trudeau Hour podcast, I had Cejudo on, and it was about very close to the fight with Demetrius, you know.
Yep.
And he was so casual about it, and it sounded like he had people at his house, and you can hear the people in the pool goofing around and stuff, and it was very close to the fight, and he sounded like he was stoned. And I said to myself, this guy's not taking this shit serious. He better watch, you know. And I was kind of concerned. I said, my brother, you sure you're ready for this one? He go, don't worry about that. You know, he was very cavalier about the fucking thing. And then come to find out, I watched the fight, and he backed it up. He fucking, you know, he did what nobody was able to do to Johnson. So you know, I wouldn't put it past Cejudo to do anything, you know.
Yeah, no, he's great. He's great. I just saw my friend Simon pop in here and say hi. Hi, Simon. Okay, so I put another question for you up here, Renato.
You know, I'm not gonna answer any fucking question like that, and I will cut this short, because this is a gotcha questions, and you guys is back me into a corner. Speak to call my lawyer.
But are you currently dating? That means if we're asking about child support, are you currently dating?
Oh, that's a different question, because all the other fucking questions you can call Salino and Barnes. Or you can call Jacoby and Meyer.
Jacoby and Meyer.
Yeah, because I'm not going to answer that one.
Okay.
What the fuck was I saying?
Well, la-di-da.
Yeah, so anyway, the next question.
Okay, yeah, gotcha journalism. People are saying yes. Okay. So let me just double check here. I just want to go through here. And I was going to ask you, you know, we've been going for a little bit here. I was going to ask you a couple more questions and see if there was anything about, here we go. Mackenzie Dern is fighting this weekend. Somebody's asking, Jack Foster 82 is asking, how do you feel about Mackenzie Dern? Would you kindly offer her a private? Mackenzie is very good. She's a sweetheart of a girl.
She is.
A woman that we all know in the jiu-jitsu community. Like, I first met her at a jiu-jitsu tournament and stuff, and she's just a sweet, sweet, sweet girl. Very talented. I remember when she tapped out Gabby Garcia. That was a big deal. But yeah, what's your take on Mackenzie?
Listen,
your skill set?
I've known Mackenzie for years. She's a sweetheart. I've always liked her as a fighter, before as a jiu-jitsu player, and now as a MMA. You know, she's grown leap and bound. You know, and you know, the shame with her is, like, I never caught her in between the boyfriend. You know, she was with Chenquinho for years. You know, and there was a chemistry, and then boom, she's with this guy, and then he put a baby on there.
The surfer
guy, and he seemed like a nice guy, you know. It seemed like it almost seemed like she's trying to get a Renato Laranja type.
He is your type, if I'm being honest.
Well, he's a poor man version. He's the what's the brand when you go to Costco?
Kirkland?
Yeah, he's the Kirkland's one. You can't have this one. You have the Kirkland. So, you know, I can't blame her for wanting to get a pale shadow of myself in there. And he's also
Kirkland and not.
Yeah, Kirk. Captain Kirkland. But, you know, they seem happy, and they seem like they have a nice baby, and he didn't put too many in there. Like, you know, some of these people, they go crazy, hog wild with the fucking babies and stuff. They only got one. They seem happy. She's doing good in her career. So I don't want to talk shit about that guy. You know, a lot of people is jealous from him, you know. But he's, you know, good for him, you know, for her. So, but I like him, Mackenzie, of course.
Yeah, no, and that's actually going to be a good fight against Marina Rodriquez. I'm not working this weekend. I have this weekend off, but I'm back in action next weekend. But I do think that is going to be a good fight.
Of course.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, well, you know, somebody says they'll take me to Chuck E. Cheese's.
Oh, Chuck E. Cheese's. Don't you have to bring a kid? You can't be adult.
I know you can't go on.
So you got to rent one or borrow. No, I got a better idea. Take some of my fucking kids over there.
Yeah, I think they all closed. Anyway, here's a question for you, Renato, before, you know, we can start wrapping it up here soon. But Vincent Vega is asking you, what are the top 3 artists for seducing black girls?
Oh, Okay, that's a good question. Depending the age of that one. Okay, but I feel that even no, I'm gonna check that back.
How about we say this person is trying to seduce? I almost said sedate.
Oh,
trying to seduce.
Well, that's the easiest way for her. Like the cause, Bill Cosby was do that. The cause.
So not funny.
But
I seriously meant to say seduce, and I almost said sedate. But yeah, let's say she's 30 years old. Just an easy age there. So
okay,
how about she's 30?
If she's 30, it's easy. Okay, you gotta give to her. You gotta give to her like you're gonna put on some Christopher Williams to set it off. Okay, Christopher Williams. Maybe you can put on the Uptown Unplugged. Christopher Williams do a set where he play a couple Chetty Pendergrass one. Christopher Williams. He was play brother Akbar from the fucking New Jack City. The good looking guy. The guy who was like, I didn't like you anyway, pretty boy. The one where Wesley Snipes was like, sit your $5 ass down before I make change. You remember that part? So he's the guy because he's nice. He have light skin. He's have some curl, not unlike your Uncle Hanash. He have like a nice mustache, and then he's gonna start getting you to the mood, and then you're gonna put Jodeci, okay?
See, again with the Jodeci, because I'm thinking something like,
no,
she might like Drake. She might
enough about Drake, because they used to that. It's hard for you in my world. I'm take them to a place they've never been before. They already heard Drake.
Old timers.
Oh, the old timey stuff, and then they're gonna listen to that when they're gonna go, "Caralho," and they're gonna go.
Yeah, my mom and dad used to listen.
Yeah, they're gonna go, "My Poppy."
When I was a kid,
exactly.
And I heard them.
And they're gonna go, "My Poppy used to listen to that one," and then they go. And then they like start get close to me, and they smell the cologne, they smell the bay hum, they smell the brooch, and then you know what happened then? Then they go, "Caralho, you have alcohol in your breath. You smell just like my pappy." And then they hear that Jodeci, and then it's like a what you call Electra complex, and then they start to fall in love to your Uncle Hanach, and then that's when I take off the Jodeci. And I put Sade. When a woman is here, Sade, she become what you call impervious to my whims or whatever. That one, and it's all over at that point. It's like I'm not even gonna be safe at that point. I can't even get out of there without her to attack me.
I agree. That's the wrong word. I agree with you though that like even then when they were making the records, like everybody in the room when they were making those Sade records must have been like, God damn.
I mean, there's no one like that one. Sade, forget about it.
She's amazing.
Forget it.
She's amazing, and I have friends. My friend Dayan, who knows this, he would drive a guy friend who would drive around cranking Sade.
Well, some of those fucking songs have like the 808, and it sounds like a fucking Eazy-E or Too Short. Some of the ones like what is it? Is it not the Sweetest Taboo?
Sweetest Taboo is amazing.
No,
Sweetest Taboo is incredible.
Well, that one is incredible, but one of them hit like a fucking
and Your Love
song.
Is King is great. Your Love Is King is
Your Love Is King. Crown you my heart. You love it. And then what's the one though that I put on when it goes? But what's the one?
Did I turn this light off?
What? Yeah,
anyway.
turn that one. Take off now.
Wait,
what's the other shit? I'm trying to think of the name of the song. I'm gonna remember later.
It's a crime.
No.
People are saying here, it's a crime. Is it a crime? Is it? There's all. I don't know. Smooth Operator is obviously the big one.
Well, of course, Smooth Operator. But that one don't have that like almost hip hop sound. There's one that sound like
Cherish the Day. People are saying
Cherish the Day is the one.
Cherish the Day. Okay. It's good. Smooth Operation.
When that one gets started, no ordinary. Yeah, No Ordinary Love is a fucking.
Oh, This Is No Ordinary Love is amazing.
I think maybe No Ordinary Love maybe is the best one. But you know what's funny about that? If you start putting on, like, if you put on the whole album, you know, here's the funny stuff. If you really listen to the lyrics, a lot of her stuff is about, you know, love and relationships and shit.
Right.
But then every once in a while, like, you're really getting into the groove and you're making love, you know, and you're in the you guys is doing your stuffs and you're getting into that one. And then all of a sudden, if you pay attention to the lyrics, she's like talk about a homeless chick who have no shoes or some fucking shit like that. And you're like, and she's like, she died on the street or whatever. You're like, caralho. And you go, I guess this is sexy. Don't pay attention. You know, I go, don't listen to that part. You know, like,
right.
she every once in a while, I'm like, caralho, she's talking about some deep shit. Take it easy, shot a day.
Yeah.
You know?
Sade.
She still look incredible too. Imagine.
She looks incredible.
I can't believe
looks incredible.
That. She's probably the number one person. I saw Prince before he was dying. She's probably the number one person that I gotta see before I die. Before she died. Oh God, I'm never gonna. God forbid if I was to ever die.
No, don't say that. I agree. She's not my like number one person to see before I or she dies, but I do think she's great.
Yeah.
I do think she's great. Do you actually, this is a fair question. Do you have a playlist, Renato, for
God.
your...
You think I don't when I do for her? I mean, of course I got that one. You think I'm gonna, like, she's gonna be like, let's go to the other home. Show me your bed home. And then I'm gonna go, oh caralho, let me just make a random playlist, or let me just put some. Of course I got some of the good ones.
So you got one?
Oh, I got a couple of them.
What's the playlist called?
Oh, I got a couple of that one. Don't you worry about that. Only that's
What's it called?
That's a privilege information.
When you tell your smart speaker to play your playlist, what's the playlist?
One of them might be called Betty Bye. Okay, so don't worry about that. Oh, caralho.
There's a question for you up on the screen that has nothing to do with dating, but this one is a question from Fake Black Belts asking Uncle Hanaj, what do you think of bare knuckle fighting?
Well, of course, what's not to like about that one, you know?
You like it?
Of course. I mean, come on, you know, who don't like that one? You know, the only thing I wish about that is it starts to happen. I want to see more and more the better, the more chop cheer challenge coming into that one. But these fucking guys, you can't check, and girl, you can't check nothing away. These guys that shit is huff. That shit is no joke for her. And you know,
it is.
Listen, you don't want to watch too much of that shit because it's like decadent. You know, it's very decadent, that one. You know, it's like it's almost like God, I'm not gonna use a pornography analogy because it seems like I talk about that too much. But it's like you're going too much of the good part, you know. It's like it's just only the nasty part, you know.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I like it, and I've written Hart. I've interviewed her before. I enjoy it, I guess, to a degree.
You like her? Is she cool? Like to talk to?
Yeah, she's really cool. She's the one who fought Paige.
Yeah, I wonder if she should came on here. I wonder.
Maybe, yeah, and she's with Joey Beltran, and she's a real cool girl. To me, that's one of those things where it just makes me nervous. Like, I just think, oh my gosh, like that just seems like so intense.
It is. I mean, think about this. How many times? Okay, so you seen Pearl in there fighting a lot of UFC fight, no?
Yep.
Most of the time you go, yeah, she's gonna be fine. When I saw her in that fucking fight in the thing, I go, oh God, you Pearl, don't God, you know, you start to worry about the fucking kids.
No, it does. Yeah, and it's tough. So when Rachel and Paige were fighting, that made me nervous. You know, it's tough. And I fully admit to being like more squeamish about the girls doing it. Like, it's tough.
You can't be that way. It's got to be across the board. You know, the girls.
I know, but when Artem and Jason Knight fought, like that was so bloody and bad. Like that was hard to watch.
Yeah, but you know, then you know what? Just like with anything else, don't fucking watch. You know.
I know. I don't have to watch.
That's what I say to people. If anybody ever say, but I don't want to see that women to get hurt and stuff, I say, listen, don't fucking watch, because they should not have the opportunity just because you don't want to fucking watch.
Right.
You know, I said that all the time with people who were not you or whatever, but people who's worrying about what Joe Blow is doing down the street or this and that. I said, then don't you know, or somebody come on here. You know, some people have something to say on here in the comments, you know. I don't like this, I don't like that. They you know, most of the time the comment is you know, I love you,
Right.
yeah, Hanach. What the fuck? Get rid of Karyn Branch. I'm just kidding. No, most of the ones no, most of the ones, you know, you see someone go, who's this fucking piece of shit or whatever.
Right.
And I think to myself, you know what's a good way to not have to see me? Don't watch a podcast that's co-hosted by me. Yeah. It's a simple, it's an easy fix, like a pickup sticks, porra.
Yeah.
Just don't watch.
And I will say for me, like, and this is a whole other subject, but like, it's a weird thing in general in MMA and just in life in general. Like, the position that I have, sometimes two people I like don't like each other. You know what I mean? A lot and that gets weird. Like earlier this week, it was really weird to see texts between Dan Hardy and Tyron Woodley.
Oh, like, I saw that too.
These are two guys I really like.
I know both of those guys well. I know both those guys well. I hated that shit.
I hate that. And so it happens to me. I hate to say that it happens a lot, but like, it seems like people beef more lately. I don't know what's going on, but like, I'll hear like, well, so-and-so doesn't like this guy. I'm like, but that's my homie. And that's my homie. You like, know, how do you guys not like each other?
I think that ever since Conor McGregor came on the scene, there was an elevation in the shit talking and the gamesmanships and stuff like that, you know? But I think after the fucking Jackie Paul shit, I think it just went off the fucking rails, and I think that now it's like a money grab, like a free for all. Like people is like thirsty, like I gotta get in, I gotta get the money, you know. And it is what it is, porra. You know, I'm not paying these guys hand, so I can't say, you know, do you? I guess, you know.
Yeah, it's just, and like I said, people are doing their thing, and sometimes it's not real, and sometimes it's just for promotion. But just in general, like, it sucks because I'm not gonna lie, like sometimes I kind of feel caught in between stuff, like where, you know, if anybody was like asking me to check my loyalty, it's like, well, but I know, you know,
anybody, any of those guys who would get mad at you for not having the same beefy, they wouldn't be your heel friend anyway. No, you can't expect you to get involved in every fucking beef that a fighter have with another fighter. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Hey, so moving on to another question, which is this? Mitch Marie? Mishan Marie is asking Renato, are Brazilian or American? Why did I put this question up?
I don't know. I mean, to me, it's not about where they're from, it's where they at for her, you know? So it's like, you know, you could have a fucking square chick from, you know, just because Brazil is like hot and spicy and stuff like that, don't mean that all the girl is just headed to fuck and do the, you know, samba and all that kind of stuff. You know, some of them is just a fucking chick who work at a law firms or is work, you know, who is just go to church all the time or whatever. And then you could have a freaky chick from, you know, from Hawkesbury or wherever the fuck.
Right, they're not all like at Carnival in like next to nothing.
Yeah, so it's a misconception, you know. You know, now you can't have maybe like the average or whatever, you know. But I think in America now, there's all kind of there's everything here you have in America too, you know. I get that's a tough question. I like them all.
They're good-looking people, though. Let's just say, as a culture and as a country, Brazil makes some.
Yeah, but they also, the thing about America is you have all the ones come here too, and then you have the Puerto Rican one, and then you have the Cuban one, then you have the Swedish one, then you have that one, and the Lithuanian one, like you thought was, and you have all that kind of shit, the Creole, the Jamaican, the Haitian, you know.
Here's a question. It's getting late, so I feel like we may as well get into some adult content.
Oh, what's my favorite sex movie? Sex and Move? Oliver, want to know that one? I'll tell you. Now, it depends the mood, okay? Because, but this one is better than any one of that one. Okay. So it's go like this. Imagine she's laid down facing you, okay? And then you just take her leg and you turn it over like you're giving her like that stretch. You know, like you just kind of put her knee over. and so she's kind of like as if you're trying to like crack her, stretch her or
Yes.
crack her back
Yes.
a bit.
Yeah.
Then you give to her, then you put that one in there. So you get the benefit where you get, if she have a nice ass, you get to see the ass, but then you also get to see the benefit of like a missionary. So you get to see her face, and you get to see the cheeks, and then you can also get it more deep in there without it to hurt the one. You asked.
I did. Actually, Oliver asked.
And I don't know the name. There's probably a name because that's not an exotic position. There's probably some kind of name for that one. I don't even know.
It's forever now going to be the Renato, apparently.
Oh, okay. God, I don't mind that. And then another one that I like, but this one is not like my favorite, but this one I enjoy. It's like, they have a doggy style.
Yeah.
Well, then there's one where you're like, if she's like really into it or whatever, and she's getting like hot and bothered, and then you go to the next level where you kind of get on your haunches, and then you go straight down like an oil drill. You understand? And I think they call that one, instead of the doggy style, I think they call that one a froggy style.
I thought north-south was illegal.
Yeah, not in this one. This is a different league. This is a different whole satch. The female like the north-south.
Ricky Elmanop 72, Ricky LMNOP, but I'm going to call him Ricky Elmanop.
Yeah.
How can he get more girls?
Well, Hickey, that's a very, first of all, you gotta change your name. You can't be Hickey because the girls, they gotta go to work. They got their stuff like that. They're gonna think automatic. All you care about is to put a Hickeys on there. That's from the 70s. They don't want to see that. Girls don't want to see. They feel like you're making like your property. So change your fucking screen name. A. And then B, I don't know your approach. Are you not getting enough punching? Are you not getting the type of punching you want? Elaborate on the question.
It just says,
no,
how do I get more?
Hickey, he can ask more here.
Oh, okay, yeah. So let's.
What
Ricky,
seems to be your problem here, Hickey? How much punching are you trying to get? Where are you trying to get that one now? Or do you not know how to talk to that one?
Yeah, I mean, I will say it's weird. Like, I don't want to seem like one of those things where it's like, we're really easy to figure out, because I feel like men are much easier to figure out than women, because women can be a little complicated and stuff. It's just like, you think people like jerks. We don't like jerks. We just.
Yeah, if they're good looking, you do. Yeah, if you're attracted to a guy, give me a break. Come on. I hate that you like jerks, but it is the way it is. But that's not going to be my advice here at all. That's not going to be my advice.
I don't know. So that's why you're the relationship expert.
You want to know what I think is the main stuff, and it's a strange thing. It's like a catch-22. It's like having to go to a job or an audition or something like that and not care.
Yeah.
Okay? Because you do care. I think this is also the reason why more women hit on you when you're in a relationship, because you're already getting punching, and you're probably not gonna be able to avail yourself of the strange pussy anyway.
Right.
And they know that, so you're not thirsty for that one.
Right.
So really, you don't care. So it's hard to manufacture that. But the thing is, just like at the casino, if you go to the casino in Vegas or wherever, Atlantic City or all that kind of shit, they always say scared money don't win. So you have to be willing, if you walk up to a girl and talk to that one, you have to be willing to lose that one. You have to be willing to say, she's not precious. No matter how fine she is, I'm going to be myself, even if she don't like that, okay? Even if she go, that's not for me. And go on to the next. A lot of guys is making so precious that they don't want to fuck up so bad that they end up not to being themselves, and they end up being nervous and unattached. So just to be yourself with your friends, you know, when you're with your friends, you don't give a fuck. You know, you're not going to lose them if you make a stupid joke or whatever like that. And then you lose and you're fun and you're making jokes and you're fucking with them and doing that stuff. But then when you see a fine woman, you go, you know, what, do you have the Chinese? God, are you, this bus normally hun along the, or whatever the fuck these guys are saying, like, or the voice is like, oh, I just had to tell you, you're beautiful, God, are you? And then she go like this, Tui, get the fuck out of here. You know, so you know, you gotta came with something, you gotta not care, you know, you gotta say what's on your mind, say what's on your mind. Even if you said, you know, it seemed like it's counterintuitive, but sometimes honesty. I remember one time I was on Honey and Canyon, and I just said to her, this chick walked by me, I walked by her, and then I came up, and then I drew a blank. I didn't know what the fuck to say, and I was like, you know what? Shit, I don't even know why I came up. I don't even know what the fuck I want to say. I go, I don't, you know what? I don't got nothing, but fuck. And I came up with something later. Let's give each other a number or whatever, you know? I didn't try to go, you know, frankly speaking, you know, if 6 was 9, or is your father a jewel thief because fuck all that shit. You know, you're gonna came. No, I'm just saying. Sometimes you just say.
She probably saw the gi. She probably saw the gi and figured.
Well, in this, I have no shirt, and also maybe I was wearing jeans and no shirt, but.
But you were right, and I will say this. Besides the What Had Happened Was podcast that I do with Angela Hill, my actual favorite podcast to listen to is called Smartless, and it has.
I listened to that one.
So Smartless is my favorite one, and Jason Bateman always talks about sexy indifference, and that's exactly what you're talking about, because it's the thing that I try to cultivate when I go to meetings, because I do know what you're talking about, because I'm referencing this in like terms of pitch meetings and things where you go in and you want that deal so bad, and they can kind of smell that desperation. And I always want to go in there with that sexy indifference, like, yeah, you like my shit, you don't, whatever, I'm cool.
Yeah.
And I know inside though I'm going, please like it.
It's hard to manufacture. It's hard to manufacture. But you have to, you know what? You have to make peace. It's almost like winning a fight or a jiu-jitsu competition or whatever. If you're so scared to lose, you're gonna lose, you know? It's like, don't worry about to lose, you know? It's like, don't make you getting the job or getting the punching or whatever. If that don't happen, it's making or breaking me. You know, I don't know what I'll do if I don't get this. I can't survive. It'll the end of the world if I don't get this, you know? It's gotta be like, fuck. If they don't want it, fuck it. I'm still gonna wake up tomorrow and, you know, have some coffee, some oatmeal, cut off some natural aloe vera, rub my face and body and genital,